Dr. Cutter with the Chainsaw Hospital, and today I want to share with you guys something very special to me. It's something I have put a lot of work into, and I just think it's a really cool product. I actually designed this myself and had it manufactured locally to me, and I'm just really excited to share this with you guys. So, what this is called is the Chainsaw Curette, and it's the curette, if you didn't know, is a surgical tool used for scraping. So I decided to use that word, and that's the name of this product. So you can see on there, I've got some really beautiful laser engraving, and that was done by a friend of mine who's local, and he really helped us out with getting the kind of the layout and everything done for the laser engraving, and he did an excellent job, absolutely amazing. And his daughter helped also, so it's really cool that he's kind of keeping it all in the family there. So either way, so what this really is this is a bar cleaning tool, a raker gauge tool, and a general just cleaning. I'll show you all the cool little functions of this thing here so soon. But first, let's just cover what this hook is right here. You can see this hook. There's a hook on the front. We'll call that in this area here. And what that is for is that is for cleaning out your bar groove. So I've got an old dirty bar. This is a 20-inch bar that came off of a Husqvarna. And this is an organ. So it actually has those little itty bitty lubrijet holes for the oiler. And so I'm going to get you in here so I can show you some of the really cool features that this does for cleaning the bars first. And then we'll get into the other really cool features of this thing soon. So here's the that lubrijet hole I was talking about on this organ bar. See how small it is? Most tools really can't get in there, but I specifically designed this hook here to get into that hole. And what you can do is push the debris into the bar groove, and then once it's in there, you can run your tool down the full length. So you see what we'll do is we'll start up here and we'll start scraping. Again, the name Curette. There you go. See all that debris that's coming out of there? All this dirt will do is just keep the oiler from pumping enough oil into your bar groove there. There you go. Look at that mess. Ugh. So yeah, so that's one thing. You push all the debris into the bar groove, and then you scrape it all out with the hook. And you can see the more times you do it until it's super clean, it'll do it. So when you pull your bar off, this is another feature on this. When you pull your bar off the saw, you'll actually get a lot of this just debris. It's just nasty gunk, and this is designed specifically. You can see the width of it is just right to get on here and just scrape all that mess off of there. You see it all right there? So that's just one-stop shopping. You got everything you need right there. It's cleaned off and ready to go back on, so you don't get any space between your bar and the bar pad to get your oil going out there. And then you can do that on this side too. You can see how much gunk gets scraped off of there as you do that. So that's a really nice option for that. So you can see here, this oil hole is actually completely plugged up. See how that's packed in there? So what we're going to do is this is the other side of the bar. I think this was the bottom of the bar that was on the saw itself. So what we'll do is we'll get in here with the hook, and we'll just poke it up in there. See? And then we'll just take a quick swipe. And then if some pushes back out of the hole, that's okay. Just push it right back up in there. And get that going like that. And then you can clean out that bar groove. So that's it. So we can go ahead and clean this whole other side while we're here. I mean, just look at all that mess coming out of there. But that's what this is for, that's why I came up with this tool. I know there are other tools on the market that are cleaners and bar groove dressers, or bar groove cleaners. but none quite like this that do all the cool things this can do. So let's get that cleaned out again. And again, if you get some pushed down into that oil hole, no problem. Just push it right back out into the bar groove itself. And then you can come through with another pass, just clean it out, and then there you go. You can see all the way, pretty much see all the way through it now. If you also have some debris in here, like you've got, like you can see inside of this, where the adjuster mounts, you can use this little part of the tool to clean that out too. And you see, you can just scrape it right out of there, and then it's ready to go back on. See, check that out. Pretty cool, huh? So the other option on the Curette are these holes right here. These holes are what they are actually Raker gauges to lower your rakers after you sharpen your cutter. So you can see this cutter actually has a little down angle to it. So as you sharpen the tooth back, you actually are lowering the tooth height. And so when you do that, you're actually going to need to lower the raker or the depth gauge here to compensate for how much lower the tooth is relative to the raker. So the optimal depth recommended by manufacturers would be 25 thousandths for hardwood and 35 thousandths for softwood. So this chain here, this is a side profile of the chain. And so what I'm going to do is show you kind of a way to check to see if you need to actually lower your rakers or not. So you can see on this chain here, I'm just sliding this across here, and this 35 thousandths bump, there's an air gap between the tool, the curette, and the raker. So we know we don't need to remove any for the 35 thousandths. And then the 25 thousandths is going to be even less, just because it's higher. So that's a really nice way to check to see if your rakers actually need to be lowered or not. But if you do need to lower your rakers, because the chain that's actually on this home light here that you saw in the beginning of the video, a beautiful, beautiful piece of equipment too, actually has these, these teeth here have been sharpened, but the rakers have not been lowered yet. So what you need is a curette for that. So, and what we're going to be using on this one is the hardwood setting, because we have a lot of hardwood here, and I'm going to be using this XL12 for that. So that should drop at 25 thousandths, and that's what that 25 thousandths bump is. So what we're going to do is set the curette right on the chain, just like that. And see how the raker is actually just sticking up through the window. So this is the raker right here that's sticking out, and that's the corner of the file is hitting it right there. So you can kind of feel with your finger, if you rub your finger across there, you'll actually feel it protruding just a little bit, and that's good. I mean, that means we can sharpen it, we can lower it down after we sharpened our chain. So there's the hardwood setting, and you can feel it's less. The softwood setting, it's a little bit more. So what we do is we just get ourselves just a flat file. This happens to be on a file handle, and I've got just basic stuff here, nothing complicated. So we just push down on it. I like to put a block of wood underneath my bar. So all we do is just run our file across it a few times, and we can kind of feel with our finger it's still sticking up. We don't need to get super aggressive with it and file down onto the metal there, which you're going to anyways if you do it. It's just the way it is. It's what happens. So there we go. So rubbing with my finger, I can't even feel it protruding, and you can clearly see the raker is now lowered to the proper depth for the sharpening, after it was sharpened for the height of this cutter tooth right here. And we can double check that with our gauge and see if it rubs on it at all. And it looks like it's just barely hitting it, so maybe I didn't quite have it down far enough. Okay, yeah, we could probably take another swipe or two off of that. Okay, there we go. So now we're just going to lay the tool right on top of it again, slide it across, and it's not even touching. That's it. So we're ready to go. So now that raker is set to 25 thousandths below the cutter. So there you go. The Curette is an absolutely wonderful tool. These will be available. You can message me, shoot me an email on, and I'll have my email in the description below, and it's in the about page too for the channel. So be sure to check that out. And you can also these will be available on eBay also. So if you'd like to go there, and I'll put a link down below too for this product. So yeah, again, super excited about this thing. This has been a long time coming. I've got a 325 pitch version coming soon. I've got to finish the R&D. I was hoping to sell a few of these first to help, fund that project on that end too. So stay tuned for a 325. That's going to be really cool. So either way, guys, remember, keep your chains sharp and stay safe.